Now, let's welcome Dr. Nguyen, and his topic today is Introduction to the Longitudinal Survey of Aging and Health in Vietnam, the base survey conducted in 2018 and 19. Yeah, please, Ryan.
Okay, so thank you for allowing me to present our work in the workshop. So today presentation will be my introduction about the longitudinal study of aging and health in Vietnam. So it is a baseline survey conducted in the late 2018 and first 6 months of 2019. So in Vietnam, I am the PI and the research team, including my colleague Linda and Dr. Cruz, Dr. Kumazawa, and led by Dr. Saito. And I quickly introduce about Vietnam. So Vietnam GDP increased quickly between 1986 to 2019, and we are now in the lower middle income country list according to the World Bank. And unfortunately, we are not rich, but our aging population is growing rapidly. And according to the census, 2019, we having almost 12 million people aged over 60 years old. And so far, we do not having any kind of the longitudinal survey study for the elderly in Vietnam. So this is the first ever longitudinal study on health for the aging population in Vietnam. So similar like the aging study for people in our country. So we having 6 major aims to achieve in our study. And basically, we want to describe the health status of the senior in Vietnam, and we want to learn about the health issues associated to the elderly health. We want to understanding the change in the health status of the senior over times across province in Vietnam, and we learn how they change through the longitudinal observation. We want to learn about the potential factors that determine the change of the health of the elderly in Vietnam, and we want to estimate the health expectancy by gender and by the residents of the senior. So the research team I already describing lead by Dr. Saito for the study, and in Vietnam it was led by me and with the assistant with Miss Linda, is one of the staff of the PhD. So from the government side, we partnered with the Department of Population Labor Statistics of the General Statistic Office. We partnered with the Junior Office of Population and Family Planning, and we work with different Department of Health of the different province. And we work with the College of Medicine, with the CDC of different province in order to collect information from the 10 province. So quickly about the research design, it is cluster multi-stage sampling and using PPS. And finally, we invited about 6,050 people at 60 to participate in our survey. And there's 5 main questionnaire. And the first one is household questionnaire, the main question for elderly, andrometric questionnaire, caregiver questionnaire, and child questionnaire. And after the baseline, we plan to return to do the follow-up survey in 2020. However, because COVID, and this follow-up survey has been postponed, and we plan to do that this year. if the COVID situation allow us to do the field work. And in our study, we using the book, we allow a proxy interview if the person cannot pass the SPL skill assessment. So that's for questionnaire. And the main question for entry start with the SPL screening. And if they are good to go, and then we will ask the follow-up with the question. A follow-up question about the socioeconomic, about the health status, about their physical ability and any kind of disability, asking about the mental health question, about the use of the health services, income and attitude and belief about the health and others. And we also ask about the activity, social network, and using the information technology. And we also ask about the other kind of service for elderly, and we ask about the children and even their grandchildren. So it's relatively long questionnaire. Some of the other metric, we measure the height, the weight, compute body mass index, we measure the waist, we measure blood pressure, we count the original teeth, we do mass body index, and we measure their grip strength, we measure quick flow, we measure gait speed, functional reach, and balance test. So that's all kind of measure we do with our sample. And this is a kind of measurement tools we use in the our survey, and what kind of the test we want to do with the group of people. So data collection, we're using the tablet. So we're using Lenovo tablet with the 4G SIM card. So we use this tablet because the battery are relatively longer than many others smartphone. That when we carry to the field, it allows the surveyor use for the whole day. Don't need to recharge. So the software is it's a red cap. And the final sample size is 6,050 people. So here's some result. So we having almost 57.2% are female, and the men is 42.8%. So majority of them are living together, especially male. 82% of the men are married or living together, or others. The female married or living together is lower. So it looks likely that the man, the female is living a little bit longer than the female in our sample. So for the age group, so we got the 58% people between the 60 and 69, and 24.6% are people between 70 and 79, and about 70% are people with the 80 plus. So that's a quickly overview about the study sample and living area. So you see, 60%, 67% of our sample are people living in rural, while we having 33% living in the urban. So it's quite similar like a general population in Vietnam. So the interestingly, if you look at the where they are living, and if we look at the living in compare the between the urban and rural, it looks likely that the people living in rural having more people living in rural having older in the age of 80. So interesting. So here's some quickly health status of the senior in Vietnam. So that is a prevalence of the situation. So we can see that the arthritis and chronic pain are having a highest prevalence in as a sample. Hypertension is also the reported as highest prevalence of sample, and in Vietnam, interestingly that the percentage of people having notice is low, relatively low. We have only less than 5% of the senior having notice L. So that is, and among those having notice, and we're having about 70% of the and they're having a denture. So the prevalence of those having denture is low compared to other country. So in most of there's a high prevalence of the senior in Vietnam reported that they're having some issue with the sleep, and having about 56% of the older people in Vietnam reported that they satisfy with their sleep. It means that nearly half of the OP don't satisfy with their sleep, and about a third of them having a signal wake up during the night, and about less than 10% of them have to take medication to induce sleep over the last 2 weeks. As for smoking, interestingly, that the men in Vietnam, the female in Vietnam is much less smoked than compared to men. So and similar like drinking. So the female OP in Vietnam drink much less than male. The male in the country is drink a lot. So with the like 47% of men OP drinking alcohol, and if you compare using the screening for depression symptoms, so there's high prevalence of depression symptoms among the senior population in Vietnam, and the female is having more symptoms of depressive symptoms than men in Vietnam. So that is very quick findings from the survey, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vic. And it is really excited to see, you know, in different Asia countries, we now can have a very rigorous study, and also very compatible study that we can further write on, maybe for some comparative perspective, and also maybe from longitudinal perspective to see how the macro and micro variables, parameters would have an interaction with each other, so that we can have the novelty to understand aging among Asians in different contexts, and also in such a context, what are the key policy or services implications, not only for the government, but also for the market, as well as for families.